We're here in the village of Puerto this morning. It's a very special celebration. We have a joining together of the two fishing villages of Arguinigan and Puerto de Magan at this moment in time. We have a flotilla of fishing boats, of zodiacs, of jet skis, of ferries, anything that floats, travelling along the coast from Arguinigan, blessing the waters. The Virgin del Carmen from the church in Arguinigan, she left, had a procession through Arguinigan, went down to the harbour and went onto a fishing boat. She went blessing the waters, the fishing waters in El Pajar, and she is currently accompanied by a lot of floating boats over to Puerto Magan. Here in the plaza at the side of the beach, we've had the church service outside, and Mayoress is there, other dignitaries, lots of locals, there's lots of people behind me as well, and everyone's here for the celebration of the Virgin del Carmen. She is the patron saint of fishermen. Very, very, very important symbolism here in the Canaries, particularly in the fishing villages. There is other villages all around Spain, in fact, that will be celebrating today, but it's very unique how they celebrate here. And we'll go along and see if the boats are starting to come in, carrying the Virgin del Carmen from the Arguinigan church, as she makes her way along the sea on a fishing boat to come and have a holiday with her sister, the Virgin del Carmen, in Puerto de Magan. Well, we've come over to the port of Puerto de Magan, port, and we're just waiting to see the flotilla of boats coming. You can see a few just on the horizon there. So I'm in, see you can see any better. Not really. So back out. You can see there's some boats. And the otter haven't quite bothered to do the trek along from Arguinigan. They're just waiting until she arrives for the celebration. Lots of celebrations today. Now you see this. It's a little bit of Playa de Magan, where the tourists will be totally oblivious to what's happening today. I'll take you for a little walk around so you can see this famous submarine point. The submarine's obviously out at the moment, or else it would be moored just next to there. Everyone's waiting here because this is where the ferries come in, although they will be laden today with people buying tickets accompanying the Virgin del Carmen from Arguinigan. This is Puerto de Magan. And if you see just up there, these little houses, this is the traditional fishermen's houses before this was converted into such a tourist area. It used to look very, very different, very simple beach. And this is where the fishermen used to live, and the families. And we're stood right outside the harbour master's tower. So we're just waiting for the boats to come in. And you can see on the harbour there, this is where the cofradia is. This is the fishermen's restaurant. This is where the fishing boats embark, and you can see right in the centre there, I'll zoom in for you, there the Virgin del Carmen has come out of the church in Puerto de Magan, and there's all the locals and fishermen all waiting for the reception of the fishing boats that are currently making their way along the coast on the up the west coast to join us here. They're coming from Arguinigan, which is another fishing town just up the coast, and you can't really see the fishing boats from here, but let's go this way. And this is where the fishing boats are going to be entering from just shortly. But there's all the locals waiting. All the party boats are starting to come in. I'll be surprised if there's many people on Gran Canaria who won't be here this afternoon to join in the celebrations. Just a tiny aside, there's the brass band there waiting for the celebrations. When the Carmen comes out the church, well, she arrives here, she's on a fishing boat at the minute, and she will be coming for her holidays in Puerto Morgan. If you haven't booked a holiday to come to Puerto Morgan, if it's good enough for the saints to come and visit, get yourself booked. Well, she's getting closer. You can see over on the horizon, the flotilla's coming in. And already the rest of the villagers are gathered over at the fisherman's harbour. She's still away out in the distance. Maybe if you're watching this on the TV, maybe you'll see clearly. But the Virgin del Carmen from Arguinigan is currently blessing the fishing waters on her way over to Puerto Morgan for her summer holidays. There's the first of the party boats coming in. Excited bunch, ready for the afternoon celebration. They've come over from Arguinigan. Gives you a flavour of how the day is going to go. All in honour of the patron saint of fishermen. We've got another less energetic boat coming in. You can see just on the horizon, fishermen's boats who are actually bringing in our saint from Arguinigan. You see this blue and yellow flag is actually symbolic of the Canaries. Quite how all these people are going to unload, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, definitely not so excited. This is a better boat. Good on them. Dressed appropriately in their bikinis. Oh, they're getting there. It's getting a bit closer. Let's have a look, see if we can see it yet. I've been told there's over 100 boats today making their way over. You see Torito's just there on the beach. Tourists won't have a clue what's going on. And we've got Morgan here. They won't have much of a clue either what's going on, but they'll soon find out. Everyone's in the fiesta skirt. I'm being watched by the harbour master and his team, who has the important job of the safety of all the boats in the harbour and those out at sea. Well, we're waiting the boats. They're just about here. They come all the way along the coast from the fishing village of Arguinigan. So we can go a bit closer so we can see her yet. She's in one of the front boats. Not sure which one yet. And the fishing boat she's on, it's a real honour. There's a lottery each year to pick which fishing boat she will be travelling on. And yeah, it's a real honour. So as you can see, there's all sorts of floating vehicles accompany her as she comes on holiday to Puerto de Magan, where she's going to be met by her sister, the Virgin del Carmen, from the church or the fishing village of Puerto Magan. The tourists over there won't have a clue what's happening. And one of the party boats that's come, has been a few already entered in to the harbour. Let's see if we can see where she is. I'm still going to get a YouTube strike for this, but let's hope not. She's on the first boat. You can see this is the boat coming in now. There she is, and the priest will be with her. And importantly, she's got a police escort coming in too. Wow, look at this. Oh, and the fireworks are going. Let's see if we can follow her around. Apologies for the shaky video here. We've got fireworks going. There she is. She's on her way over to the harbour there to meet up with her sister. Let's have a wander over, see if we can watch her coming in. We heard that waiter there come out from the restaurant. Huge day today, shouting Viva la Carmen. Have a little view. You can see how busy the harbour is over there. Can you see? Yes, you can see how busy the harbour is over there. Anyone who's sat in the restaurant now really doesn't know what they're missing, and you can't really blame this. It's very traditional Spanish fiesta for the patron saint of fishermen. We've got tourists here from all over the world. It's like a Puerto Buenos of the Canary Islands. Very expensive to move here, real privilege. And this is the area called Little Venice because of all its little bridges. We'll only be going over, two on the way in. And we're in for such a treat because she's going to come off the boat and joined by her sister from the church here in Puerto de Magan. She's just getting into the harbour now. Goodness knows if we'll be able to see, for these ferries in the way. Why they allow these ferries, I really don't know. Nice to bring everyone over for the party, but never used to be like this. A lot of tourists haven't got a clue what's happening. I wish they'd clear out my way so I can get there quicker. But there we go. Once we get there, you'll get a real view of how many boats have actually travelled over. There's fishermen, which is the main part of the fiesta. And we have the yachts, sailing boats, jet skis, zodiacs. Most important of all is fishing boat. There's a fishing boat just going past there now. Perdón. Gracias. And fishing is a livelihood. Oh, definitely was a livelihood. In living memory here, there's still a vibrant fishing community. Although the south of Gran Canaria now has tourism, I would imagine, as its main economy, along with farming. And the ferry is exactly where I wanted to stand. And again, ferry should not be part of the religious celebrations. We're missing so much by them being there. Oh my goodness. A lot of people have the same idea. Right, let's see if we can get in. Right, we have, excuse me, out of breathness. Right, right, there we go. We can see the Virgin del Carmen from Puerto de Magan. She's already on the harbour. How wonderful. Brass bands are going. I'm not sure which band it is. It was Banda La Aldea on St. Carmen's Day. And she will be currently being lifted from the boat. Real honour to be carrying the Virgin del Carmen on their fishing boat. And although this is a celebration and a party for everybody, the real meaning of all of this is for the fishermen. The patron saint of fishermen. She's been out blessing the waters. And today she's been carried on one of the fishing boats, different fishing boat every year. And she is coming for a holiday in Puerto de Magan. So if you haven't booked your holiday on Puerto Magan, as I said previously, and again, it's the tourists on the ferries that are in the way. Sorry. No pasa nada. No puede verte, está bien. As I was saying, she will be coming off the fishing boat now to join her sister. And what a cacophony of sound. You can see the speakers on the boat there. So we have brass bands. Oh, you even have reggaeton. Hey, let's wave. Bless them. That's a real celebration. It's a fishing boat. Bless them. As the Virgin del Carmen has been blessing their fishing waters this morning, leaving our Guinea, blessing the waters over in El Bahar. Wonderful fish restaurant there in El Bahar. And then she came all the way up the coast from our Guinea, passing Puerto Rico. Anyone on the beach saw a lot of boats going past, a lot of music, that's what it was. Then she went past the beaches of Amadores, Tauro, Playa del Cura, Tarito, and arriving here in Puerto de Magan. And on the harbour there is the mayoress, the local priest is here. And as I said before, one of the most looked forward to celebrations in the whole calendar here on Gran Canaria. The famous flotillas. There's over 100 seaworthy vessels, and probably unseaworthy vessels, but over 100 vessels that have come here to celebrate Fiesta del Carmen. And we have the police escort there. And all entering under the watchful eye of the harbour master in the tower, which we've just seen. You'll know when she gets off the boat because everyone will start shouting Viva la Virgen or Viva Carmen. Another fishing boat coming. This will be the fisherman with his family that are coming in. Really treacherous waters with these trawlers fishing. Obviously these are the smaller trawlers, we do have some bigger ones. I really can't see myself what you're looking at because the sun is so hot. I'm just hoping the camera doesn't overheat. There she is, she's on now, you can see. And this is the two Carmens, bless them, meeting for the annual summer holiday to celebrate the fiestas. Carmen. Oh, and they're nodding to each other. How beautiful, very important, beautiful. We don't often see something like this in the high street in the UK. My goodness, they've got a full police escort. Come on, let's go and follow. They're done. A lot of people here. It's actually a lot of Spanish. It's not just tourists that are here. The tourists won't have a clue what's happening. They'll just see something pretty happening. As you're here, Viva la Carmen.
¡Oh, yeah! ¡Ese viejo!
Really difficult to walk here. I think most of Gran Canaria will be here today. Right. Let's head over for the procession. Here's one of the pretty little bridges. That's where we've just been. This harbour, this port, has had a blue flag, like the blue flag beaches, many years. Actually not sure of its current status, but I can't see why it would have lost it. Beautiful, clean waters here. Into the boat's open dry dock for repair. I do hope you can't hear my heavy breathing as I'm weaving in and out these crowds. My goodness, so many people, which is good. And even nicer that other locals are coming down to take part in their heritage, something their parents did, what they did as children, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents. It's a celebration today of enormous cultural and historical importance. And as usual, all fiestas here. in Gran Canaria start, remain and finish with the church. Each village has their own saint, and quite obviously this being a fishing village, we have Carmen, because Carmen is patron saint of fishermen. Let me show you here. See these big concrete barriers? These are from several storms that we had. I've been here over 20 years. I wasn't here when I first came. I don't believe it was a lot small if it was. The two huge storms battered all the boats, fishing boats, yachts, smashed to the smithereens, and so it got reinforced and reinforced. And in the last few years, there has not been any significant damage to any of the boats. It's a wild sea out there, it's the Atlantic Ocean. Very, very strong currents, particularly currents between the islands. And outside there, the next village, next island along is Tenerife. So you can imagine the current, the sea current of the Atlantic being pushed between two islands. And it is a very, very strong current. We've got here just in time, bless them. Civil guard protecting her as well. Oh, there's our Antonio. Bless him, he must be so hot. Must be well into the 40s at the minute. These are the people that came on the fishing boats. So let's see. Beautiful. Virgin del Carmen from our Guinea. Real joyous occasion. All the families, all the locals, there's a priest with the mayoress. And this is the Virgin del Carmen from the church in Puerto de Magan. Two fishing communities joined together. Oh, beautiful. shell horns. Oh, set some fire alarm off. Unfortunate. And a fashion La Aldea. Let me get out of the way. Please, in crowd control, okay. I got out the way before I needed to tell me to move. Viva la Carmen. Beautiful. This is Carmen from the church in Arguinegyin. If you're planning a holiday to Gran Canaria, July is always a wonderful time to come for the Fiesta del Carmen. Basically a whole month of processions like this, all-night parties, fairs, phone parties, live music. This is our Virgin del Carmen from Puerto de Magan. This boat is from the family of Antonio there, who's just about to pass out. God bless him. The police are actually helping them. They're exhausted. It must be well in the 40s in the heat at the moment. We had a church service here this morning. The local police here, wonderful. If you're on holiday, never be afraid to approach the police here. We're a community police, do carry guns, and they have no nonsense, but very, very helpful. And the majority of them do speak English, so don't be afraid ever of the police here in Gran Canaria. There we go, two of them together. Beautiful. Right in front of the old village, fishermen's village. This is where fishermen always lived before tourism came, before they changed the beach. This is what it's all about. Religion in the heart of everything that happens in Gran Canaria. Definitely not out of a party, but this is what's important. We have generations joining today. We have fishermen from the whole region of Magan. People who haven't met each other for a whole year. Well, we're now gone back up the street. People are just passing out with the heat, but the faithful follow the two Carmens, the two sisters, on the next part of their route. And if I'm not mistaken, this whole area is reclaimed land from the sea, owned by the Spanish Navy, or something along them lines. Please don't quote me. It's got use for a case number of years. Look at the delicate work. The smell, if you could smell the smell of these flowers with the heat, it's well over 40 degrees. And the dedication of the people, certain energy to push. We've still got the priest here, you can see. Local dignitaries there. Every year, well, it seems to be every year, they're wearing something different. Oh, a little bit of breeze coming down. In all honesty, I've never done this part of the procession before, so I'm not sure where we're going. We're heading towards the harbour. I think she's going for lunch in the Cofradía, the fisherman's restaurant. We'll still find out. We're over in the harbour. All these boats are being written by CARMENs. I've just been told to turn the music down, so I'm hoping I don't get a strike. So there's lots of families that have come from Guinea, come from all over the island, in all honesty. People swimming in the sea, real fiesta. And we're just outside the Cofradía. Turn around so you can see a little bit what the Cofradía actually is. Saying hello. So this is actually the Cofradía restaurant that I was telling you about. And this is a cooperative, so it's basically the fishermen all have shares in it. You see there, see the telephone number and the name. I'll put it close if I can. Cofradía, Puerto de Magan. One of the best places to get fish, definitely the freshest fish you're ever going to have on the island. And it must be absolutely exhausting. Wonderful music. So wonderful to see the traditions. Mira! Hola! Of the brass bands continuing. Again, more of our lovely police. This is protection, not actually police, but it's also a voluntary group. Red Cross is here. And we've got... And allow me to go where I want to be. Oh, let's have a sit down and watch what's happening. So this is Virgin del Carmen from Puerto de Magan, and then back on an old rusty fence until we put it strong enough. She's going for lunch at the Cofradía. Who knows? After all, the fishermen give her the credit for the good catches. I'm really hoping I don't catch a bad video of falling into the sea. Oh, she's wearing a new clothes. This is Virgin del Carmen, probably the best shot we've had all the time we've been videoing. And if you could just smell, if you could just smell the flowers, the heat here today is incredible, 40 odd degrees, and the smell is so intense coming up the flowers, absolutely beautiful. And then we've got Antonio again, oh that's it, he's going to straight to the harbour and a pint to get some of that fluid back in his body that he's lost the last few hours in this blistering heat. And on the route I saw quite a few people that had brought out little chairs, the older people that can't manage to do the processions anymore. Sat underneath the trees on horseback chairs. They're handling that really well.
Martita María del Carmen, en mi corazón se me vuelve a tocar el cantero y cantando te digo cuando te quiero, cortina de mi vida y mi ilusión. Un altar ciego en
We have quite a few Red Cross diver boats with the police, which I would imagine, considering there must be more than 100 vessels out there, and the most precious cargo is our Virgin del Carmen's. Our mayoress is on there, and the fishermen and the fishermen families, and my goodness, how we would be without the brave fishermen fishing on the Atlantic Ocean. And there she goes, mayoress is waving to us. Beautiful. Well, we'll be bringing you more videos over the next week, and let's hope these gentlemen here don't have to jump in the water to save anybody. Definitely not be diving down to save anybody. That's our Baywatch going out there. So yes, as I say, do like and subscribe. We'll be bringing you videos of the parties as they're going along the next week or so. And if you subscribe, you won't miss anything. I hope you've enjoyed having a little taste of what goes on a little typical Canarian island in a fishing village, which, as you can see, now has become quite touristy, but a traditional fishing village still with a very productive, busy fishing. What's the word in English? I forget my English words now. Many fishing boats. It is a very important part of our community, livelihood, employment. Very dangerous, but we should definitely celebrate them and their bravery. I think we may miss what's going on. We can try. I really can't walk any faster. This heat today has been incredible. There you can see there's the Carmen going out. All them boats are going to be following behind. And there's that great party boat. They were really excited when they came. Well, one thing's for sure, any Spanish go overboard, everyone swims like mermaids here. Children are in the sea from a couple of weeks old, and amazing to see the local kids go underneath the water. Seems like minutes. Very competent swimmers here, and they know how to swim, where not to swim. And we've got the yellow submarine there. Obviously, you haven't been able to go out until all the boats are finished. And then the party boat's going out. My goodness, watchful eye of the harbour master there. Let's hope I'm not getting a strike there. Looks like just about everyone there is local. Bless them. I missed a lot of the boats going out, but we got a good feel of it, I would say. So, if you're in Aginigan, that's where you want to be heading now for the reception over there. And next Sunday, Flotilla will be going again. No more fishermen coming in, catching fish next Sunday either. All the Jamaicans on the beach won't have a clue what's going on. But maybe next year they'll realise. So that's it from me on this Sunday. And like I say, do like and subscribe, and then you won't miss the next videos that we'll be doing over the next week or so. Well, there you go. Buenas tardes.